أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين. اللهم وفقنا وسائر المشتغلين للعلم والعمل الصالح بحق محمد وآل محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم والعن عدوهم. Doctrine number 33, pious dissimulation. With pious, what do we mean by pious? Is it an intellect choice, or it is an emotional choice, or it is a choice because of circumstances? So why they accused Shia sect or Shi'ism sect of being what? Of being using taqiyyah. As intellect, my mind is ordering me, is guiding me to protect myself, to keep my life, to save my life, not to let the enemy, what? To shed my blood. This is an intellect, and this is a mind choice. If we ask each person, if you want to go home and you have two ways guiding you to your home, but one of these ways is what? Is dangerous, is risky. You cannot go, maybe you get hurt or you will get killed. But the other way is safe. Which way you are going to choose? The safe road. This is mentally choice, and this is out of religion, this is out of emotion, this is out of anything else. This is an intellect choice. For that, saving mind or saving oneself, it is a mental choice. Okay, how about the Quran? Is the Quran having such incident advise us to have taqiyyah to save our lives? Yes. إلا أن تتقوا منه تقاتل. Then the incident of Ammar bin Yasir and his parents, when the infidels of Mecca captured them and they killed his mother and his father, because what? Because they didn't say a words of infidelity. While Ammar, he has said the words of infidelity, they released him. But they killed his father and his mother because of that. And Ammar, he came to the Prophet and he was crying and so depressed. The Prophet asked him, what's wrong? He told him this story. Then the Prophet said, okay, if they come back to the same act and they capture you, you do the same thing. You say the same words of infidelity. So the Prophet is not saying a thing by himself, because all of us, we know that the Prophet وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَىٰ. That each word that the Prophet said is, that means Allah asked him to say this word. وَلَوْ تَقَوَّلَ عَلَيْنَا بَعْضَ الْأَقَاوِيلِ لَأَخَذْنَا مِنْهُ بِالْوَتِينِ. This ayah or this verse, it does not mean or show the threat to the Prophet. No, this ayah, it's showing the assuredness that the Prophet never ever said a word without the order of Allah, or without the command of Allah, or out of the acceptance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look, It is not a threat to the Prophet. So the people whom they try to say that the Prophet doing something not good, the Prophet say some words or acts, some acts by his own, no, this is not accepted. But those people, they have sick-minded. Just like nowadays. Some people, they are helping Israel. They are Arab. And they are Muslims. They claim they are what? They are Muslims. Huh? And they claim they are the prominent of the faithful people. They help Israel against the Palestinian people. I don't care about their sects, but occupation, the usurpers, you are helping the usurpers and you are killing the people, your people. They are Arab, they are Muslims, and they didn't have weapons just like Israel. So how you are helping the Israeli people against the Arab? How it become? So it is very clear. They are what? They are Yahudu Ummati. أخوف ما أخاف عليكم يهود أمتي. Before we were saying this tradition, but we do not know exactly who are they. But now it's very clear because it is uncovered. Everything is clear. It is uncovered. When that Prime Minister of Israel in the United Nations showing the map of some Arab countries whom they are helping Israel. What does that mean? Those countries are not really Arab. I'm not talking about the normal people. I'm talking about their regimes. And if the normal people, if the public, they accept this, so they are the same. Okay. Now, why they are doing so? Let's study, let's connect it with our lesson, with our lecture. Why they are doing so? Why they are helping Israel against Arab? Because they are afraid of what? Of the Israeli power. They are afraid of the Americans' army power. So they protect them. They use taqiyyah. They protect them by helping them. So why when I'm using taqiyyah to save my life, you accuse me of atheism, you accuse me that I'm not a Muslim, while you are using this taqiyyah to save yourself, you are not. You understand what I'm saying? And Imam al-Sadiq, he said, "At-taqiyyatu dini wa dinu aba'i." So we have traditions from Ahlul Bayt, and also we have quotes or verses from the Quran which shows us that dissimulation is something accepted, something is part of religion. In this time we have to save ourselves for our Imam. In Arabic, I told you that story in 2005 when the SIS, they were cutting the road and stopping people and they killing them because they are Shia, from Shia sect. One of those people asked somebody who was going out, he was rescued himself. He asked him, what they asked you? He said, they asked me to curse Ali ibn Abi Talib. Then I saved my life. This person, he said, okay, you use taqiyyah, but I'm not going to use taqiyyah. I'm going not to cursed Ali ibn Abi Talib, and Ali ibn Abi Talib will save me. Then when he entered to the room, he found that person who is judging the people to be killed or not from the SIS. He found him that he was his friend in the army, in the old army, and he saved him. Anyway, the people whom they are enemy for the Shia people, they said dissimulation is a kind of way that Shia people created because they were what? They were not so strong to protect themselves because of they had been killed for the whole time. So they use what? They use taqiyyah. Now, sometimes taqiyyah is not accepted. Sometimes taqiyyah is not accepted, but sometimes taqiyyah is prohibited. Taqiyyah is prohibited when, for example, if your commander or if you are a soldier or a policeman and your commander asks you to kill an innocent person, there is no way for taqiyyah and to kill that person because you are scared of your commander or your officer to be killed. No, it is prohibited here. You should not use taqiyyah. It is prohibited. How it comes you are going to kill a person, an innocent person? Is this understood? Or you know that you are, for example, an employee and you are in an office and you see that the money or the food that your chief or your boss is offering you, it is haram money. It is illegal food or it is haram food to be eaten. What I'm going to say? I'm going to eat it because if I do not eat it, they are going to what? To dismiss me out of the job? No. There is no way for dissimulation right here. So dissimulation is not always being used, sometimes is prohibited, and they accused Shia people that they used taqiyyah, dissimulation, because they are afraid or something like that. Our books are full of the shelves, so go and read them. We have system, we have events, we have cases to show us when we use taqiyyah, when it is allowable, when it is not allowed to use taqiyyah. Is this understood? Alright, let me read some parts of this. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam is reported to have said in unauthenticated traditions, taqiyyah is my belief and the belief of my 40 fathers. He alayhi salam also said, whoever has no taqiyyah has no belief. Raised as their motto, the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam used to practice taqiyyah in order to protect. I think I have. Yeah. Whoever has no taqiyyah has no belief. Raised as their motto, the Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam used to practice taqiyyah in order to protect themselves and their followers from harm, prevent bloodshed, enhance the conditions of Muslims, unify their situations and reunite their scattered intention. Taqiyyah is still التقية دين ودين آبائي من لا تقية له لا دين له, and it is still the distinctive feature of the Imamiyya Shia amongst the other sects and nations, as required by the naive nature of sound reason. It is normal for every human being to conceal his beliefs and guard himself against pitfalls when he anticipates that a danger will befall him or his property if he proclaims or speaks out his beliefs openly. History confirms that the Imamiyya Shia and their Imams alayhim salam faced more tyrannical oppression. على طول الزمن الشيعة هم مضطهدين. Faced more tyrannical oppression than any other sect or nation. Most of the time, the Imamiyya Shia had to practice taqiyyah to conceal their actual beliefs from their rivals and hide their doctrines and private rights in order to avoid persecution in their worldly and religious affairs. This is why the Imamiyya Shia and none else have been known for their abidance of taqiyyah. Mentioned in detail in the books of Shia jurisprudence, taqiyyah has certain rules and regulation in terms of its obligation or non-obligation that are defined according to the diversity of the conditions that bring about anticipated harm. Taqiyyah is thus not obligatory under all circumstances. Rather, it is sometimes allowable, while on other occasions it becomes forbidden, such as in conditions like when support of the religion and serving and striving for Islam rely upon the open declaration and demonstration of the truth. In such conditions, neither property nor lives should be preferred to religion. لا الدماء ولا الأعراض نستخدم بها التقية. Correspondingly, taqiyyah becomes forbidden under such circumstances: killing of innocent people, circulation of the wrong, causing corruption to religious principles, or serious injuries to Muslims by misleading them or exposing them to injustice and oppression, contrary to the opinion of the rivals of Shi'ism. Taqiyyah does not mean that the Imamiyya Shia should form a sacred association purposed of demolition and destruction, nor does it mean that the religion and its laws become such undiscovered secrets that those who believe in them must never divulge them. This is definitely untrue, because books and writings of Imamiyya Shia on various subjects such as jurisprudence, laws of Islam, theology, and doctrines are too many to be counted, and much more than any other nation or sect. Our doctrine of taqiyyah has been used by rivals of Imamiyya Shia as another reason to kill them. It seems as if nothing will quench their thirst but that souls find their way to the necks of the Shia, so as to annihilate them, as was done during the rule of the enemies of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam household, such as the Umayyad, Abbasid, and Ottoman dynasties. However, if those who vituperate the Imamiyya Shia for their belief and practice of taqiyyah, claiming that this practice is illegal on grounds of religious laws, we must then invite them to listen to the following points. First, we follow our Imams alayhi salam and abide by their instructions, which represents the most excellent guidance to the truth. These holy Imams alayhi salam have ordered us to believe in the practice taqiyyah and imposed it upon us to practice it when necessity rules. Moreover, in the view of our holy Imams alayhi salam, taqiyyah is part of the religion, as expressed by Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salam previously cited, saying, whoever has no taqiyyah has no belief. Second, the legitimacy of taqiyyah is proclaimed in the Holy Quran, not he who is compelled while his heart is at rest on account of his faith. This only verse was revealed to discuss the manner of Ammar bin Yasir, who had to show disbelief in order to save himself from the enemies of Islam. On another occasion, the Holy Quran clarified, إِلَّا أَن تَتَّقُوا مِنْهُمْ تُقَاتٍ, except that when you have to guard yourself against them with thoroughly guarding. On third occasion, the Holy Quran says, وَقَالَ رَجُلٌ مُؤْمِنٌ مِنْ آلِ فِرْعَوْنَ يَكْتُمُ إِيمَانَهُ, and a believing man of Pharaoh's people who hide his faith. That's all for taqiyyah. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa alihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.